And democracy are interlinked, the Governor Ifeanyi Okowa-led administration in Delta State since inception in 2015 has ensured that its actions are in tune with the provisions of the law as it strives to provide democratic dividends to Deltans. Indeed, few weeks after inauguration, Governor Okowa, in his determination to promote good governance through the rapid development of the state as envisioned in a smart agenda of strategic wealth creation projects and provision of jobs for all Deltans, has continued to partner with the state legislative arm.
The House of Assembly has been very, very supportive. At times they even go out of their way to ensure that things are done properly and expeditiously. So we have a very fine work relationship with them, even with the judiciary. Wonderful relationship.
For the first time, we are getting everything right. The House of Assembly is working alongside the executive to ensure that everything is done properly. Everything the governor wants to see in terms of, complying with the law. I mean, it has always been wonderful. Okowa is a blessing to Delta State. We should thank God that we had, at this particular time in our lives, that we have a governor like Dr. Okowa.
Shortly after the inauguration of the State Assembly, Governor Okowa transmitted 3 critical bills to the lawmakers. The bills are the Technical and Vocational Education Bill, the State Contributory Health Commission Bill, and the Delta State Capital Territory Development Agency Bill.
The executive bills the smart governor introduced in the Delta State House of Assembly has really fast-tracked the administrative system of Delta State government. One, in terms of implementation of the appropriations and execution of projects. Secondly, how to do it right in Delta State, going away from the old order. And these laws have helped in increasing the revenue systems.
When he came in 2015, first of all, he sent a bill to the House of Assembly, through which the Delta State Technical and Vocational Education Board was created. He went further to taking another step by causing an infrastructural revamp in the 6 technical colleges. He took another step further by ensuring that the teachers who are meant to train or teach these students were adequately groomed.
His Excellency brought health sharing concept, a concept where each and every Deltans, one way or the other, have to contribute some little money. By the time we put it together, it becomes huge money, and then individuals can take from that small money and get themselves treated. The bedrock of the prosperity for all Deltans is health prosperity for all Deltans. And His Excellency believed that every Deltan should be well, healthy enough to be able to produce wealth for himself.
The 3 bills have since passed and signed into law and are today fully operational with far-reaching results in the relevant sectors. In the healthcare sector, the Contributory Health Commission Act has given birth to a commission that caters for several thousands of persons, including the vulnerable persons in the society, the elderly, pregnant women, children under 5 years, widows, and those in the formal and informal sectors.
When we came in, we had to pass a law establishing the Contributory Health Commission for those who are pregnant and for children under 5 years of age. What we need them to do is just to have their registration and documentation, because government will take charge of the premium. So I want to urge our people to try to engage in the program, and by the time we start seeing the success stories, I think those others who are not enrolled in the program will seek to enroll in it.
That scheme is tailored towards providing qualitative healthcare delivery to all citizens of Delta State, irrespective of your financial background, and a lot of people are keen into it. Presently, there is even provision for free medical care for the under 5, the pregnant woman, that is a vulnerable group, and even the senile ones, the aging ones.
The bill we're passing is not for him to get money. It's for him to have a guarantee, like a loan guarantee, for him to be able, for the expatriates to be able to come and execute this project in Delta State.
The governor has obeyed the rule of law in every actions of government. When he came on board, he has in mind a policy of health insurance scheme. He did not just go into implementation without making sure that these policies pass through the State House of Assembly.
The technical and vocational education sector has improved tremendously as a result of an enabling law backing it. Today, the 6 technical schools which were moribund have been revived, fully equipped, and are producing skilled individuals poised to become entrepreneurs and employers of labor.
What the governor is looking at is to create an environment and a people who are empowered to create wealth and to live in an environment that is conducive and to raise our children and generation in such a way that will have sustainable wealth, peace and prosperity.
In the same vein, development of the infrastructure in Asaba, the state capital, is on the fast lane as a result of the massive intervention by the Capital Territory Authority, especially in roads construction.
The role definition of this agency, where it can execute projects directly by itself from its budget. We didn't also want to rush into construction without a proper definition of the problem, so that whatever engineering solution we are putting in place is the right solution that will last.
His Excellency is concerned with the development of Asaba. You can see that he's doing so well in the area of rebranding Asaba. Look at the stadium, the Keshi Stadium that is going on, and look at the zeal with which, if you went to Bonsac area, you see the drain there that was done there. The whole of that area that used to be a mess is now an area that people will want to stay. You can't overemphasize what His Excellency have done in Asaba. He had done so well, and we are happy. The house is happy.
In further demonstration of his respect for the rule of law, Governor Okowa sponsored a bill to amend the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission law. The amendment triggered the repositioning of the commission and made it more responsive to the yearnings and aspirations of the oil-bearing communities.
When we came to the period during the oil crisis, the vandalism of the oil pipeline, the drop in the oil price, so revenue was a challenge. So we needed to focus our mind on the things that actually have some meaning to the host community. So we did an analysis of the ongoing project, those that are at advanced stage, those that are barely started, we took them back to ready to clear what they want the project to continue. So after a series of town hall meetings, we came up with the 2016 budget, where we devoted 60% to ongoing projects based on the request of the host community. And we'll give only 40% to new projects. And because of that, we've been able to complete a lot of the ongoing projects.
Even at the lowest level of this non-existent management of the SOPADEC resources, I can challenge you to go to any community in Delta State. You will find the presence of the SOPADEC. That's why, because the governor is a good manager of resources.
Since May 29, 2015 till date, Governor Okowa has assented to 27 bills. These bills, which have now become laws, have helped the administration to positively redirect the flow of government business and processes.
The fundamental duties of governance is to create happiness for the larger majority of people within a constituency. So, with the creation of the Yagef and job creation, with the security apparatus that we have, which government supports, with the creation of the basic amenities that we need and the infrastructure overhaul that Delta today is a construction site, is respecting the will of the people. And the will of the people is all about the constitutionality and the legality of governance.
In the area of domestication of laws passed by the National Assembly, the Okowa-led administration has domesticated the child rights law and has gone ahead to set up a legal unit under the State Ministry of Justice to provide free legal services to victims of child abuse and other related offenses.
Delta State government has taken a step forward to ensure that no child is found on the street when it is time to go to school. So the Child Rights Act is being implemented in Delta State.
The desire to engender prudent management of resources has propelled the Okowa-led administration to make the public procurement law a guiding principle by ensuring that laid-down procedures are followed in the award of contracts, signing of Memorandum of Understanding MOU with local and foreign investors, procurement of goods and services, as well as the execution of government jobs.
The governor created an office for public procurement and appointed Director General. The essence of creating it is to ensure that everything follows due process. That you don't hear of contract inflation in the state is basically because the governor, being a legislator who first wants to abide by the rule of law, has created this office to stem that tide.
Rule of law checkmate excesses and leakages. There is a laid-down procedure for an individual to spend a kobo from the consolidated revenue of the state. You must follow the due process. And there is an office for due process. And there is an office for procurement. And the procurement has outlined procedure to be followed. And so, this means that no individual can dip hand into the coffers of government and spend money arbitrarily. There must be checks and balances. The auditors will have to come into play. And so this is good for democracy.
He has followed due process in the execution of contracts, not just contracts, in running governance in the state. I can tell you, because he is someone who is very meticulous in such a manner that he makes sure that everything is done according to the rule of law.
Okowa is a man who is very, very eloquent and intelligent. Everything he's doing, he is following the track of government. He has been following the due process, both in award of contracts and citing of projects. He knows everybody, and he's a man of the people.
Welcome to Delta. My Delta, my Delta. Welcome to Delta. My Delta, my Delta. Come live in Delta. Come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see a job and work creation in Delta. Make the youth say them higher. Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta. Make the people say them cola.
The contributory pension scheme, which many states are yet to adopt, is operational in Delta State. Besides taking steps to regularly fund the scheme, Governor Okowa has inaugurated a commission to help in smoothing the rough edges that have characterized pension administration, even in civilized climes.
We are one of the very few states that are operating the scheme. But we are very mindful of the fact that it is best for the Nigerian worker going into the future. So despite the challenges, we continue to stay in the scheme and continue to put processes in place to reduce the level of challenge that we have at the moment.
I want to assure you, on behalf of my colleague, that we will do whatever is possible to ensure that the State Pension Bureau keys in properly into the smart agenda of the Delta State government.
As part of efforts to fast-track the administration of justice and ensure that no individual's right is abridged, the Okowa-led administration has provided numerous avenues for conflict resolution between individuals and between communities through the establishment of alternative dispute resolution mechanism. This is apart from the free legal intervention from the Ministry of Justice, which has given the poor a sense of belonging.
His Excellency gave me a charge from the beginning to ensure that the rights of Deltans are protected. That has made it possible for us to come out with a work plan and also to be able to pursue basic objectives to ensure that rights are protected.
The Committee on Conflict Resolution is there. The lawyers are all doing their best. The security agencies are all in place. The state is doing a lot in providing logistics. First and foremost, you have to provide these logistics, and at the same time also, you have to educate and sensitize the public to embrace the peace.
The judiciary actually is the last hope of the common man. There have been cases whereby the public defender has been able to assist people in defending their cases in court where there's no money, whereby lawyers actually like myself and so many others actually handle cases for pro bono. Pro bono is essence is that people don't pay. If you don't pay, we can actually go to court and assist you. And in Delta State, the judiciary is actually working.
In the area of prisons decongestion, the Okowa-led administration has effectively utilized its power under the prerogative of mercy clause to bring succor to inmates who are languishing in prisons across the state. While the O5 initiative, a program midwifed by the wife of the state governor, has equally played key roles in ensuring that those behind bars are not left to suffer unjustly.
Since its inauguration, they've done prison visits, which was never done before. The former procedure was that they would sit in their office and applications come to be considered. But when we amended the law, His Excellency insisted that there must be a window for the members of that council to visit the prisons. First thing we have achieved is every person on the death row in Delta State have been removed. They've all been commuted to life sentence. Then we have persons who are in prison because they could not pay fines. Those are being considered for general pardon.
The town hall meetings recently embarked upon by the Okowa-led administration is indeed another milestone in the administration's desire to entrench the rule of law mantra in the ways and manners the state is governed. The town hall meetings provided a veritable platform for cross-ventilation of ideas between the state government and the people, whose inputs are invaluable to the success of the administration.
We realized that for good governance, it was necessary to have town hall meetings with our people so that we can talk together and our people will have the opportunity to make their contributions to issues of governance which can help us to enrich our planning in the course of our budgeting year.
Sometime last year, His Excellency the Governor commenced his town hall meetings. We have visited several local government quarters. It has afforded an opportunity to tell the people of Delta State what government has done and what government plans to do in the coming year. It equally afforded an opportunity to hear directly from the people, instead of just sitting in Asaba and making laws for them, or even appropriating for them, or identify projects for them. It has given us an opportunity for us to get what they really, to identify what they need. So in Delta State, what we have is participatory governance.
So when the governor came up with that idea, the town hall meetings, he actually exposes all of us to it. You might not be able to do everything they want at a time, but it gives you a foundation of what you have to do for your people and what the people want you to do for them. So I think it's very effective, and I think it's a way to go.
Also, the appointment of persons as members of governing councils of tertiary institutions in the state, which is in tandem with the rule of law, has contributed in no small measure in promoting infrastructural development and academic decorum in institutions of higher learning across the state.
Your mandate as members of governing councils and boards is to have oversight function over the vision, mission and strategic direction of your organizations. This includes ensuring the visions and goals of your organizations are not only in tune with the overall policy direction of the government, but that they form the bedrock of the management culture.
We have listened very carefully to the charge you have given to us this day, and will do everything possible within our capacities to ensure that your smart agenda is vigorously pursued in our various institutions, contributing to the overall success of your government.
We have never been known for anything like riot, disharmony, or strike. So the system is running as planned. That is as a result of favorable condition, policies of government that are making us to grow from strength to strength.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has made it a tradition to consult members of the State Assembly on very critical issues and programs.
The request from the governor that came this morning, we deliberated upon it, and this is a letter that Deltans are yearning for. Housing is a major problem in Delta State. It is the civil servants and Deltans from all over Delta State that will still reside there. And so you saw that nobody kicked against that request.
Most governors would have just said, okay, they can take it from the ESCO and let it pass. But no, he decided to come to the House to seek for approval. The state government partners in the interest of building 10,000 units of housing.
The regular inspection of projects by the governor has not only helped to fast-track the execution of ongoing constructions, but has brought about reduction of wastes.
This government promised you prosperity to all Deltas. You can see that the whole of Delta, go to Central, go to North, go to South senatorial districts, they are now one massive construction site.
He is honest by nature, reliable person. And since he became governor, despite financial constraints, other difficulties, he has been striving with his team to do their best.
The road he is constructing, the massive infrastructure, they are not for him, they are for the entire state, and as such, he has impacted on people's life. He has tried as a person, as a governor, he has tried tremendously. He is commended.
All his infrastructural projects or program that he has executed, he has tried a lot.
Recently, I started seeing a sticker around town, I testify. That shows that you don't need to be bribed to testify. It is actually there. It's job qualities, I can testify to it because I have seen it, I've felt it, and so many others.
Viewed from all facets, Governor Arthur Ifeanyi Okowa has kept to his promise to be fair, just, equitable, and more importantly, govern the state within the ambit of the law.
Come to Delta State, come and see the good things where Okowa they do you better. Run, come to Delta State, come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them higher. Okowa, I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta, say me I say, come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.